Welcome, everybody. Good morning, Christine. Hi, Jackie. How was your eclipse weekend? How are you guys doing? Hey, Bunny. Feel free to jump in and say hello. Let us know who's here, where you're joining from. Yes, I am aware that I have this tan line across my nose. I wear glasses like 90% of the time. It's just when I'm right in front of the computer I take them off, so it's normally hidden. I got to spend a lot of time outside this weekend, so that was awesome. Maria, it was a dramatic weekend. Tell me about it. Like, literally tell us about it, because I'm going to talk about my dramatic weekend as well. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Lucy. Good morning. Jackie, yours was fine. All right. Chris had a great but intense weekend. Love it. Chantel says, hi, Jackie. I've had 5 interferences with technology. Interesting. 5, change, 5-5. We had that whole 5-5-5 situation with the eclipse that I talked about. Another Jackie said it was kind of chill for me. That's nice. Amber had a great weekend. Very relaxing. Very nice. Good morning, Helen. Nice to see you. So I guess for myself, the eclipse was relaxing and chill. I didn't really have many interactions with my own natal chart, but my husband... This eclipse hit him very hard. It hit him right on his Venus. So Venus has to do with like your values, your security. We're talking about Venus today. But yeah, heavy weekend for him. It was heavy. It was, clearing, but yeah, I'm kind of exhausted. And we'll talk about Venus in Cancer, liking her crab shell. I'm excited to go into my crab shell later today. Robin, welcome. You're new here from Southern Maryland. Yeah, between the eclipse retrograde and the full moon, it's time for it to let up. This week, we have some stuff going on as well, so just prepare yourselves. We are in Taurus season, so it is time to dig your heels in the ground and just stick with how things are going. Yeah. Okay, good. You guys are talking a lot about your weekends. Let's see. Christine had a good weekend. Lovely, with the sun. Helen, nice to be here, especially since I can't figure out how to chat on YouTube. So I've been going live on YouTube about once a week just to play with a different platform and see how that goes. If you want to join us there, you could just search my name on YouTube. I have a live coming up tomorrow, but I think you have to have like a Google account, a YouTube Google account in order to participate through the chat. But let me know if I'm wrong, or let me know if there's anything else Helen might need to know. Jackie says your live may be the one with the most Jackies. Yeah, I attract a lot of Jackies. I love it. Good morning, Rosemary. Hope you are well. This eclipse has been challenging for me. However, I've got a lot done, which is good. Lovely. Rosemary, I saw your message. I'm sorry. I've also had a lot going on. Just haven't had a chance to get back to you. But here's your verbal that, yes, I've seen your message. We'll talk. Maria says... The chat's jumping all over the place. My son and his girlfriend broke up. My daughter quit her job, and my fiance and I had a tiff and didn't speak all day Saturday. He's going through a job change, so feeling the stress. Otherwise, yesterday was very relaxing. Full moons, especially, are a time to release. So breakups, jobs, letting things go, emotions. When emotions are released, they first need to be processed and felt. So that could cause all of that heightened emotional feelings. And this eclipse was in Scorpio, so come on, like Scorpio is a very intense, dramatic sign. In general, the energies are just very deep. Kirby says, oh my god, same. I can't believe the drama at soccer this weekend. The opposing team's players were attacking my girls. Their coaches berated my daughter, who was reffing. She quit in the third quarter and left the field crying. Oh gosh. I filled out a report and found out 2 board members were at the game and didn't do anything. I realized they are probably related to the other team. I'm at a loss. It was insane. So much drama. So much drama. That's... like when adults are involved, you know what I mean? Like I get the kids don't know how to handle those situations, but like there's adults, you know what I'm saying? So today we're going to talk a little bit about Venus moving into Cancer, which happened yesterday. So we'll talk about Venus and Cancer, and then we'll pull some oracle cards to see how to best utilize this energy. So Venus moved into Cancer yesterday, May 7th, and she will be there until June 5th. So just about a month of Venus in Cancer. The overall mood of this, I'm seeing it like getting out of our Gemini head and into our Cancer hearts. So Cancer doesn't necessarily rule the heart, but the sign of Cancer is a nurturing water sign. It's the sign that is the mother archetype. So Venus being the planet of love, beauty, how we bring harmony into our lives, how we nurture ourselves, what we value in our lives, this planet is entering the mothering, nurturing sign of Cancer. So a little bit different than Gemini. Venus had entered Gemini, the previous sign, on April 10th. So if you've been a lot in your head since April 10th up until now, we get a good couple weeks of I don't think there's any planets in Gemini right now. Not until the sun moves in later this month. But we're feeling this cleansing of the mental activity. We're no longer trying to find our resources through our thoughts. Good morning, Jana. I'm sorry, my goodness. Mercury is still retrograde, guys. Communication, travel, technology can be all kind of wonky. So, yeah, Venus was in Gemini from April 10th until yesterday. And that energy gave us some indecisiveness, maybe changing our mind with what we want, not being able to choose what it is that makes us feel the most at peace. And a lot of like thinking things through. With Venus entering Cancer now, I'm seeing us just feeling and intuiting more about how to get what we want in our lives. So Venus is in Cancer now. Cancer is a water sign, and water has to do with our emotions and our intuition. This is a much softer placement. Cancer, so any water sign is a feminine sign. Water and earth signs they carry feminine energy. And then the fire and the air signs, like Gemini was air, those are masculine energies. So Venus naturally does better when she's in the feminine signs, earth and water. So she's in a water sign right now. Much softer energy, like I've probably said 100 times already, than when she was in Gemini. And Venus in Cancer gives us the opportunity to lead with love. To lead with love. We'll talk about leading by example in a minute, but I want to talk about how Mars has been in Cancer since March 25th. So Mars is a more aggressive planet than Venus. Mars is like the god of war, the god of aggression. The planet that helps us get shit done is what Mars is. But he's been uncomfortable in Cancer. He's like, I don't want to be soft. I just want to do my thing. I just want to speed ahead. I just want to get stuff done. But being in Cancer makes me want to look at my emotions. Like, what is this? Why am I listening to my heart? I should just be acting with my gut, you know? So Venus now is coming behind Mars to kind of like clean up the emotions that Mars may have just truck drove over. I can't think of a better word right now. Mars kind of like speeds past things that he's working through, and now Venus is here to sweep away, to process, to look at, to nurture whatever may have not been processed fully by Mars moving through Cancer, if that makes sense. Katie says, what degree is Venus at in Cancer? My Venus is in Cancer, so I'm wondering how this might affect me. So Venus just entered Cancer yesterday. I don't have the chart pulled up anymore, and my internet is very slow when I'm streaming here, so I can't pull it up right now. But she's probably between 0 to 2 degrees of Cancer right now. I don't know off the top of my head, but she'll be progressing through Cancer until June 5th. So that's about a degree a day-ish. So if you, Katie, if you pull up your natal chart, I know if you use astro.com, astro.com, you can pull up your natal chart, and then there's a button that says with transits. After you like see the chart, there's a button on the right that says with transits. And then if you click that button, it will show you on the outer perimeter of your chart where all of the current planets are. So that looks like, thank you, Jacqui. That will help you see where the transiting planets are directly impacting your chart. And Jacqui said she just looked and it looks like 1 degree, but you're not sure you're reading the chart correctly. You probably are, Jacqui. No need to doubt yourself. So Venus in Cancer may feel a bit reserved, wanting to hide behind your crab shell. That's the energy of Cancer. You have this mushy, gooey inside. But sometimes it's nice to retreat and be protected. Like Venus in Cancer can feel like putting a wall up, literally going into your crab shell and hiding away. Processing your emotions internally before you're ready to share them and be vulnerable with the external. Venus in Cancer can also feel like sidestepping your emotions, because how do crabs walk? They don't walk head on. They kind of like dance around what's happening. And yeah, especially we have 1 week left of Mercury retrograde, so we are still kind of like in our heads in a way. So that can amplify the energy of wanting to sidestep stuff, maybe not going at your vulnerable emotions head on. And when this happens, know that all of the planets are also affecting all of the other people in your life right now as well. So it can be frustrating to try to help someone and they're hiding in their Cancer crab shell. Try to help someone process through their emotions, but they're just sidestepping it. They're literally like avoiding the situation, because Venus in Cancer right now is asking us to go to our own basement. That's a weird way to say it, but our basement as like our retreat space, maybe spending some time on your own processing your emotions. This might feel like it might feel good while Venus is in Cancer. So just something that happened yesterday that I thought was really funny. As Venus was entering Cancer, I was with a group of friends, and one friend started getting, not TMI, because in Jacqui's world, nothing is TMI. Like, you can kind of tell me anything and I'll hold the space for you. My husband, on the other hand, hates that. He's like, this is getting really weird. So our friend was kind of opening up about like his girlfriend's life and like things that she's been through, and my husband just completely changed the subject and like looked at something else, and he was like, how does this garbage disposal work? And then reflecting on it, I was like, that was so Venus in Cancer. Like, this is too much for me. I can't handle it. What's over there? So just know that, like, if people are doing that in your incarnation right now, it's not anything personal, you know? Yeah. Yes. However, you can lead by example by showing your vulnerability. If you are in a place where you're needing some vulnerableness from another person in order to help them, it might need to be led by you first. You might need to open your own crab shell and show like, hey, I also have emotions, to make them feel a little more comfortable to open up in that moment as well. But yeah, Venus in Cancer, I feel a lot more relaxed than having Venus in Gemini. So that'll be very nice. And then tomorrow, we're gonna pull some oracle cards still, but tomorrow I'm gonna be on YouTube Live talking about the Sun coming conjunct to Uranus. So if you guys know anything about Uranus, the planet of shocking discoveries and lightning bolt moments, tomorrow he's being supercharged by the Sun. So, yeah. Search my name on YouTube if you want to come join us. It's the same time as these, 8:15 Central Time. Jacqui says, so glad you showed me how to get transits on the chart. Yeah, it's one of those things that, like, if you're not ready for it, it could be really overwhelming, but I'm glad that's helpful to you. Ava says, I'm finding others are rude and deceptive. There are a lot of emotions going on in general right now. The Scorpio eclipse, like Scorpio is a water sign, very deep emotions there. Venus just entering Cancer, a lot of deep emotions there. And then also when Venus is in Cancer, we can feel a little more, I don't want to say offended, but like we can take things more harshly, because the way that I see this Cancer energy in general is like it looks to others like you have this hard exterior, and you do have the hard exterior. You can let things bounce off. But when the stuff does get inside, that mushy, crabby, not crabby like angry, but like the animal inside is, what's the word I'm looking for? Unhealed to a certain extent, because Cancer does protect itself all of the time, so you're not letting nature heal your inside. So we can take things more personally. That's what I'm trying to say, if that makes sense. Helen is kind of ready for some shocking discoveries. My weekend was actually very nice. Went to a writer's group yesterday, read some of my work. Nice. I love when you tell stories about your hubby. I try not to embarrass him too much. I don't know. He doesn't watch any of this. He has no idea what's going on. He's in his own world. So, I wanted to, if you guys know me, you know that I usually use the same deck for my Venus transits, but I'm actually in the middle of something with that deck and I couldn't bring it to Insight Timer today. So I just got this deck, the Animal Apothecary Oracle. And I like this deck because it's very anecdotal. It uses stories and not so much like animal energies. So I want this deck to tell us some stories about how we can best utilize the energies of Venus in Cancer, if that makes sense. Yeah, this is a brand new deck to me. I've had it for maybe 2 weeks, and I'm just having a lot of fun with it. So let's pull from this deck. Thanks, Helen. Even though you've never met him, you know he's a great guy. So this reading will be for all of us, so feel free to send your energy into the cards. And if you want to tap into an animal that you work with, if you want to tap into a guide that you work with, if you want to just connect to Source or your higher self, whatever feels right for you right now, we're going to ask for 3 cards for everyone present watching this right now to describe, just to give us some advice about Venus in Cancer. What will serve our highest good during Venus in Cancer? Jana likes this deck. Helen, perfect deck. It has a tiger on the front, my Chinese zodiac symbol. I think that's why you like Paul so much. He's also a tiger. And Helen loves the colors on this deck. I do too. I've had a lot of fun with this deck so far. Jana, I saw a bobcat first thing this morning in my backyard. Ooh. Have you looked that up? I don't know much about bobcat energy. Jacqui is using her claircognizance. She already knows that card 3 has a strong message for her. If you feel called to a certain number right now between 1 and 3, it's okay if you don't. But if you do, that is claircognizance. That's the universe sending you messages through your mind, letting you know just what to pay attention to. However, I will hold up the cards after the 3 of them come out. And I'll show you the back of the cards again, so you're going to see the same image 3 times. But I want you to tune into your physical body, to your 5 senses, to see if your guides are nudging you in any other way, just to pay closer attention to a certain message today. So sometimes you might feel like an eye twitch when I hold up a certain card. A lot of people's screens will freeze on a certain card. That's usually a message that we get here. If something happens in your immediate environment also, like if your cat meows, or if your dog barks, or if, the house creaks, those are all signs from the universe. Nothing is a coincidence, right? Everything happens for a reason. We're just waiting on one more card, guys. And there it is. If just all of your physical senses are also how your guides communicate. So if there's a ringing in your ears, or if you have like a twitch or a tingle, or, an itch. If a taste comes across your mouth. Helen already knows she's working with one. All right, guys, here is the back of card number 1. The back of card number 2. And the back of card number 3. Let us know if any of those cards resonated more strongly, and I'll show them one more time just in case. So here again is the back of card number 1. The back of card number 2. And the back of card number 3. Christine says the audio and video are off for me today with an upside down smiley face. These, I record all of my sessions, guys, just so you're aware if the technology is messing with us today. I record all of these and I put them on my YouTube channel, so feel free to rewatch them there. Violet 108. I love the name. I walked in on 1, so that's the one. That's exactly... Yep, I love that. Diana's working with 2, Chantel 2 and 3, Samantha 3, Giovanna 1, Maria 3, Elisa 1 and 3, Chelsea 1 and 2, Chris 1 and 2, Kirby 2 at heart, 3 in throat, beautiful. Debbie's working with 2. Let's see. Oops. Christy said missed card 1 the first time and got a shimmer the second time. I'm going with that. I like that. Maybe it's something that you need to revisit, like if you missed it the first time, but then you got the sign the second time, maybe this message is something that you've already heard that needs a revisiting. Jacqui says the audio and video are split up pretty significantly. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, sorry. I don't know. I don't know what to blame it on. It is what it is. This is why I'm playing with separate platforms. Helen, nice that you connect them with different body plays. Kirby, yeah. Jackie's working with 2. Giovanna, my video froze on 1. I didn't even see 2 and 3, so definitely 1 for me. Yeah, that's great. Jana, 2 and 3. Gloria, yes, I will show them again. Let me read these comments and I'll show them one more time. You know what? I'll just do it right now. So here, one more time, is the back of card number 1. The back of card number 2. And the back of card number 3. Yes, I'm practicing ventriloquism. Jessica, I felt 2 and 3 when you first held up the deck. My dog grumbled on 2 and 3 when you first held them individually. The second time you held them up, it felt like I had a bug crawling in my hair on 2. Interesting. Interesting. Christine, must be all 3. Deborah, nice to see you today. We also, so Bonnie helps out with our spiritual community. It's the group that I have on Insight Timer. She puts a little recap of all the cards in the group. So if you want to see the text afterwards as well. And then again, the replays on YouTube. If it's not working, it's not working. We don't need to force anything, you know? I'm just going to do my thing because the energy's coming through. And you guys do what you need to do. So we asked how to utilize the energy of Venus in Cancer for our highest goods. The first card is, let me get the glare out of the way. This is card number 41, and let me get the glare more out of the way. It's very gloomy in my house today, so I wanted the extra light on me. Card number 41, Unknown Gift, and this is the Nightingale of Paradise. The Nightingale card comes when you have a profound gift that you are not currently aware of. A great endurance of difficulties leads you to unveiling the diamond within. This card is a gem to receive. Feel honored. There is no other card that foretells such a bounty. This gift is beyond your wildest dreams, and you possess it. Your gift is something that every cell in your body yearns to self-actualize. It is one of your most exciting and fulfilling purposes. This card is not about fixing anything or giving you the perfect solution or guidance to a current obstacle. You receive the honor of this card when grace allows you a small knowing that there is an as yet undiscovered talent within. It may take months or years to reveal this gift, but it is there, and it will come to you as clear as the noonday sun. Something your truest self has always longed to actualize. Nightingale's medicine has a special message for you. You are being asked to endure time and uncertainty, for you are still in the night season, little one. Soon you will understand, and you will be able to share your gift with the world. But you must wait, as there is a reason that your gift's greatness needs time to actualize in this material realm. Sorry, excuse me. Beyond this, it is too mysterious to explain. Please be patient. A reality of yourself beyond your current depth of awareness awaits you. Keep the faith. You have no idea how much the wait will be worth it. Get excited for the immensity of this gift within. It's big, very big. I'm curious who resonated with card 1 very strongly and how intense the time has been for you as of late. The very beginning of this card mentioned that a great endurance of difficulties leads you to the unveiling of the diamond within. You're being put under so much pressure right now. It feels like you're literally in a pressure cooker and you're about to pop, and that is just the universe, what's that word? Polishing your diamond? How are diamonds made? Yeah, you know, it's compressed. It's pressure. It's the universe is putting you through some stuff so that you can kind of like sift out your own BS. When you're put in a tough situation, you have to throw out stuff that doesn't work. Like, you need to focus all of your best attention on how to get through this difficult situation. And in the process, you're going to find something inside of yourself that you had no idea was there. Something huge. I love it. I love it. I love it. Helen says it's a total affirmation. Corinne says 100%. Helen, oh, there's the reminder of my gifts to tap into and use now. Yep. Christine, there's the 5 again. Yeah, a lot of 5, a lot of change, especially with this card. So we talked a lot about the energy of 5 last Friday when we did the lunar eclipse reading. But the energy of 5, this is card 41. So 4 plus 1 is 5. 5s are times of uncomfortable transition, temporary setbacks that lead to growth. So this is a very 5 card as well. Sharon said, I got unknown gifts on my Beyond Lemurian deck yesterday. Like, all of this is worth it. All of this hardship that you're going through right now is worth it. Like, something is on the other side. I think I said it a lot on Friday. The only way out of this is through. Like, you need to go through this process to find your diamond. Violet, it definitely resonates. Christy, it's been so intense. Stella, very intense. I love it. Elisa, this card resonates on so many levels. Yeah, likewise. I think that's why my nose got real itchy when I was reading that message. And I'm trying to like think through what that means for me, but this is all about you guys right now. There's a lot going on. Helen loves that the bird is singing because I'll be starting my singing career soon. I love it, Helen. Yes, you will be. You've been talking about that for a long time. Jessica resonates with this one so much. Goosebumps all over my legs. That's, in my opinion, right? This could resonate differently with you, but your legs are all about moving forward, stepping into action. This is time to like approach and go and do. Do it, Jessica. Let's look at card number 2. Card number 2 today is card number 21, Perception, from Ostrich. Ostrich speaks to us about perception. The image of burying one's head in the ground conjures a feeling of the inability to face a wider perspective. To be fair, the ostrich burrows her head in the ground not to hide, but to rotate her eggs. When this card comes to you in a reading, however, it is the symbolism of burying one's head in the ground that we are meditating upon. Studies have been conducted to show that a hill will spatially be perceived as steeper when a person is feeling sad. Our emotion literally shapes our perception. We do not see life objectively. Instead, the way we see our physical reality is influenced by our internal emotional experience. When a situation reminds your subconscious of an uncomfortable memory, your subconscious will start to shape what you see through the lens of past experience. Ostrich asks you to look at your current situation and recognize what perceptions you may be projecting onto it. It's hard for me. One way to begin to shift your perception is to own that your understanding is never fully accurate. Instead of drowning in uncomfortable feelings, step back and understand that your emotions do not dictate ultimate truth. Realize the control you have over your thoughts about a situation. This control is strengthened the more you become cognitively aware of your perception by questioning it. Start to notice the autopilot chatter in your mind. Listen to how it belittles you and other people around you. As the Buddhist meditation teacher and psychologist Tara Brach teaches, the primitive brain continually hijacks our ability to be present in the moment. The thoughts are real, but rarely do they hold any validity. Tell yourself, don't believe the thoughts, over and over again. This not only snaps you out of the autopilot zombie mind, but also starts to reprogram your brain to put you in charge of your perception. Astrology's medicine asks you to consistently practice this awareness, and you will transition from being a victim of your thoughts to becoming a master of your perception. I love it. Beautifully, right in the middle, right in the center of this reading is perception. You create your own reality. We're all in this pressure cooker right now. The planets are doing it to us. For us. The planets are doing it for us. And we can choose to look at like, oh my God, everything's hitting the fan. Everything's so difficult. Or you can ask yourself, is it hitting the fan? Or is stuff just happening and I'm expecting it to happen the same way that it's happened in the past? And be objective with yourself. A lot of times, I've talked about when you're in a deep situation, a way to help you figure it out is to remove yourself from the situation. Look at the situation as if it were one of your friends going through it, or look at the situation as if it were someone that you don't know going through it. That removes the ego from the situation. That makes it less personal. That makes it less individual. And it might not be so bad. It might not seem so heavy. Yeah, I can't wait to see what the last card has to say, but this is great so far. And look at all that bird energy also. Birds represent the air element, represent seeing things from a higher perspective. Heightened sense of awareness. I love it. Let's see what else you guys are talking about. I saw a really big message come through when I was reading that card. I want to see what that was. Gloria says, been wondering how to start. I know in my heart what I gotta do, and yet somehow something is missing in the puzzle. This makes so much sense. This was card 1. I am just processing endings in my life, including being laid off at work because of cuts, so I'm here waiting, though it's taking a lot sometimes. I hear you, Gloria. Life happens in cycles, you know? Right now you're in a cycle of endings, and it can seem like everything is gone. I'm losing everything. Like, what if nothing is left? What if I don't ever get to start again? What if all of this stuff never comes back? Helen says, Gloria, the universe is always supporting you through any kind of change. Yeah, it's definitely a time of huge release. We're in eclipse season, you know, like I keep falling back on that, but the planets really do impact our energies like this. So eclipses affect us the most for about a month beforehand, so the whole month of April, and then for about 6 months afterwards. So these are lingering energies that take a long time to process. So yes, but once this ending ends, then you have a clean slate to bring in all of the wonderful stuff that's coming. Let's see. Corinne and Helen are interacting. I love it. Gloria says, thank you, Helen. I'm totally trusting the process here. Thanks for holding space in your heart for me today, Helen. That's great. That's great. Debbie says, spot on for card 2. The perception thing. Yep. Jessica, sheesh. Yes, card 2 is for me for sure. Helen, trust you are at all times on the path, and your guides will help you and support you as you glide through. Believe it is all good, which it indeed is, and you will see the gift revealed. Kirby loves when Helen is here. It's me too. I've noticed that you've been off of Insight Timer, Helen. But it's okay, you do you. I know you have a lot going on in your life right now. All right. Card number 3, asking how to utilize Venus in Cancer for our highest and greatest good. It's card number 4. Keep trying. And this is starfish energy. So before I even read this, all I'm going to say is the first 2 cards were bird energy, air energy. Venus just left Gemini. And now we have starfish, water, Venus entering Cancer. The medicine of this card speaks of wishes being granted, but also the understanding that you will have to try again and again to receive what you desire. The process of trial and error will lead you to fulfillment. There is a story of a young maiden who prayed and prayed for the stars to heal her so she could fully serve her purpose. She tried everything, but failed to ever feel whole. One day, the young maiden received a starfish from the stars. She thought to herself, "This must be what will heal me." The young maiden inspected the starfish, sang to the starfish, and danced with the starfish in hopes that it would heal her. But nothing happened. As a last resort, she took a small bite of the starfish's arm. Still, nothing happened. The young maiden cried out to the stars and cursed them for her inability to be healed. She fell to her knees and begrudgingly threw the starfish into the pond before her. As she wept in despair, her gaze fell upon the starfish subtly moving in the waters. As she watched it regrow the arm she had taken a bite of, the medicine of the starfish was revealed to her. It was at this very moment she had a deep expansion of consciousness. By witnessing the starfish regenerate, she understood the message from the stars. She could heal herself. The ability to do this was not outside of herself. It was always within. This was when the young maiden began to heal. Whether you are healing, manifesting, or creating a meaningful relationship, starfish's medicine is to keep trying. Understand that all you deem to be failures lead you closer to the right action. If the young maiden didn't take multiple approaches, she would have never been led to the answers that lie within. And that's it. I mean, keep trying, right? You're in this pressure cooker. Here we go. This is a wonderful reading. This is so good. And especially for the next month, like here's what the universe wants us to do. We feel like we've been in this pressure cooker. There's so much going on. There is, it feels heavy. It feels like the world is on our shoulders, and it can feel like we keep trying and trying and trying and nothing is sticking. I definitely feel that right now. I feel like I'm doing a lot and I'm just spinning my wheels. But we get to choose how we view the situation. We get to choose to label the situation as arduous and difficult, or as exciting and an adventure and a journey and a growth opportunity and a learning opportunity. And by trying, We're trying all these things right now too that aren't sticking because they're not for our highest good. If the universe let this stuff stick, we would never try to take a bite out of the starfish, you know, as like a last resort, to then be actually revealed to that you have it all inside of you, you know? Like, you don't have to keep looking outside of yourself for all of this stuff. It already is inside of you. And I know that that is frustrating to hear sometimes. But yeah, keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple. Let's see what else you guys are talking about. Stella, thank you kindly for your donation. Very much appreciated. Helen says, we are all here on the planet to support one another and enjoy the new gifts of this Aquarian age. I love it. Kara loves this message and loves these cards. Me too. Me too. This feels really good. This feels like just oh my God, like a hug from Venus in Cancer. Like, I know that you've been doing so much. I know that it feels like you're swirling in this, like, shitstorm and there's no way out. But this is a reminder just to look at the situation from a different view. Detach from telling yourself that this is difficult. Because nothing, right? Nothing in this incarnation is good or bad until we tell it that it is good or bad. We get to change our perception. That's the beauty of free will. The gift is coming, right? The gift is coming. What do we have to do right now is to keep trying. This is just a message of motivation. And it might not be as bad as we've convinced ourselves that it is. I'm going to pull one last card from another deck, but let's see what else you guys are talking about. Everyone misses Helen. Helen, you're stealing the show. Good for you. Wishes being granted, interacting with our magic wand energy. I like that. I like that. TJ says, excited about the clean slate the universe has given me, at least cognitively. Yeah, that's half the battle. But the losses are kind of terrifying. Seems determined to drive me into being in my present. Yeah. Yep. Isn't that the answer to everything? Right? Why would we want to be in the past or the future? Those places are made up. Those places don't exist. The only real place is the now. Corinne says, Jackie, this is so terrific. Love the wisdom coming through for us. Awesome. Glad you were here to witness it. Helen says, yes, TJ, things have to fall away for the new goodies to appear. And it's difficult. It is difficult, and it's okay to say that it's difficult, but it might not be as difficult. The audio is way behind the video. Well, I'll do this last one quickly then. Hi, Laura. Nice to see you. Helen, and it is true that all there is the now, minute by minute by minute. Yep. Amber, name of card number 3 again, and the name of the deck, please. Name of card number 3 was Keep Trying, Starfish. And the deck, I'm holding them up on the screen. I'll hold them for a long time because apparently the video and the audio are way off. It's the Animal Apothecary deck. There for Amber. And Jana says, the messages are still being delivered. They are. Thank you for your positivity. All right. We're going to pull one culminating card to wrap up. It was just a wonderful message. I don't even know how this is going to get better. But we are going to ask the Star Codes Astro Oracle for a culminating message for today's reading. This unknown gift that's coming through by changing our perception of our situation and trying again and again and again. and maybe again and again and again and again and again and again. Feel free to send your energy into this deck. We're just going to ask for one card to come out to wrap things up for us. Helen says the only way out, so to speak, is through. Yep. Yep. I had one fly out immediately, so this card really wants to be read. If you guys have been enjoying today's session, if you would like to offer an energy exchange in the form of a donation, those are always appreciated. If you'd like to work with me one-on-one, I do astrology chart readings, I do Reiki healing, I do card readings, I do Akashic record readings. All my information is in my link tree, which is in my bio, so you can check that out and see all the stuff that I'm up to. Yeah, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's where I put the replays of this stuff. I'm going to be on YouTube Live tomorrow, where I have not been having technical difficulties, so that's a thing. I put the replays of this on YouTube. I can't remember if I said that. What else? Yeah, follow me on Insight Timer if you've had a fun time today, so you can see when I post my next classes. Blah, blah, blah. And let's see. Wrapping this up today. Wow, interesting. I looked at the card number and I thought it said one thing, and I opened to the wrong page. So I opened up to number 15 retrograde. Just saying. But the card that's tying this up for us is card number 13. And the message is dignified strength. A planet is at its strongest when it is essentially or accidentally dignified in a sign or placement that aligns with its nature and adds strength. For example, Mars is most Mars-like when in Scorpio or Aries, the two signs it rules, or in Capricorn, which is a strong sign of leadership. A dignified planet is like the soccer player who happens to be out in front and free in the exact right place to receive a pass. Your voice matters. Trust that you are what's needed here at this moment. You are in your element and at the right place at the right time, so you have an advantage, but it's up to you to make the choice to run with the ball. Dodge the obstacles and look for the opportunities just beginning to emerge. Have faith in yourself. You have what it takes, even if you don't know it yet. It is up to you to tap into your potential and find the resources within. Play to your strengths. Use your contacts. Sing the song that best fits your voice. Do so with humble respect for this process. This situation is strong enough for you to fulfill your potential without stepping on another person to get ahead. The wind is with you, but will not do the work for you. Take the lead, do your work, and bring your team along with you. I don't normally read the extended message with this deck, but today I'm feeling called to. So this gives us a challenge of this card and a gift of this card. So the challenge, it may be tempting to take over. Yes, it's time for you to shine, but bring everyone along with you rather than dominate them. Or you may be left high and dry once this game is over. The gift of this card? For weeks, months, or lifetimes, you have prepared for this moment. The muscles you've built in the body and soul and the understanding you have accrued are needed here at this time and place. What I got from this card is a lot of validation about this unknown gift that first came up. And the message I'm hearing to wrap this all up is to take the path of least resistance. We got that Buffalo card last week as well, and Buffalo energy is strong right now. So if you're... Buffalo energy is strong with me right now, but if you're here receiving this reading, you're meant to get that energy as well. The energy of the Buffalo, as well as this Dignified card, is like, take it easy. Don't force what you think needs to come out. You know, you're going through a lot, and just play to your strengths. Take the easy path. Let your energy be expanded by being happy and fulfilled with what you're doing. And don't force the details. The details will work themselves out. Keep trying, but keep trying the things that feel good for you to do. If you're doing something just to do it and get it done, it's not going to boost you up. It's not going to raise your consciousness. It's not going to expand you. By sticking in, you know, that can also help change your perception of the situation. If you are doing things out of obligation, because you know that it's the right thing to do, or it's the right step, it's the next step to get you to where you want to go, all of that is made up. You know, like, there's no path that's laid out already. It's how you create the journey that gets you to where you're actually supposed to go. And even like letting go of the expectation of where you want to go. I'm working back and forth with this right now. I don't know how attached I am to this, but it's about letting go of expectations, like communicating your wants and then allowing the universe to give you more, if that makes sense. But play to your strengths. Use what you know you're already good at, and that will help bring out some unknown talents that are in there. Because maybe out of survival, you've been forcing, you've been doing obligatory actions. So by using what you're already strong at, might allow you to uncover something that's hidden deep within that you had no idea that was in there, because now you've given yourself the opportunity to use your strengths. Look at the colors. The rainbow on both cards. The yellow up to the pink. It's like the same type of rainbow color. Interesting. I feel like this looks similar to, let me hold them up. Sort of. Thanks, Helen. Helen says, remember, all of us are loved and necessary on this planet to be with each other. Our tribe. Just love your card readings, Jacqui. Thanks, Helen. Isn't it great we found each other here with Jacqui, receiving information and support? Exactly. We are ready for what is happening now. Thank you, Helen. Thank you, Helen. Corinne says, absolutely, Helen. So grateful for you, Jacqui's offerings, and this wonderful community. I am also very grateful for this wonderful community. It makes me so happy. I usually feel very fulfilled after coming here and spending an hour with you guys. Really boosts me up, gets my day started on the right path. Helen says, remember, there is no stronger energy on the planet than love. Lead with love. Thanks for being here with us today, guys. Thanks for giving your energy through the chat, through just being here and reacting and sharing and being vulnerable. I will be back tomorrow on YouTube Live. So tomorrow on YouTube, I'll be talking about the sun supercharging Uranus in Taurus. And then on Friday, I'll be back on Insight Timer. Both of these events are at 8:15 Central Time, so 1 hour in the past. And on Friday, we'll be talking about Mercury stationing direct, because we have one more week of Mercury retrograde. He stations direct on Sunday. So we'll talk about that on Friday. And I think there's something else going on this weekend. I just can't recall. I choose to live in the moment as well. I choose to be in the present. So yeah, I hope that this reading helped. I hope that this gave you a different perspective on your situation. I invite you to challenge your thoughts, especially your emotional thoughts. Yeah, I trust that you know what that means. And just ask yourself if it is objectively true. It's okay to call BS on yourself. It's something that is like one of my favorite things to do. I love catching myself and saying like, oh no, you can be thinking about that a different way. And then allowing myself to see the situation a different way. It's so relieving. It makes life so much easier sometimes. Another tip right now, since we are in Taurus season, if you're getting really like in your head about things, if you feel very overwhelmed, you can take 1 minute. I did this with my husband yesterday and he really, really liked it. A quick Google search can give you the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 template, but you just look up, it's called 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding. Literally takes 1 minute and it gets you way out of your future past mindset and into the present moment, but you look for 5 things that you can see objectively, right? I see a blue chair, not like, oh, I see a comfy, cozy chair. No, objective. 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can taste, smell, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. And just by shifting your mindset into what is happening in your body right now, woo! Apparently you turn into an owl. Helen says no accident that we all found each other. And Jackie. There are no accidents, Helen. Jessica, thank you kindly for your donation. You say I really needed to hear this reading today. Thank you. Thank you for listening and following your guides. Beautiful oracle offerings. Yeah, these are oracle cards. I do tarot readings also, just not live. I don't know. I like the oracle stuff live. All right, everyone. Love to all. Thank you so much for being here with us today and just for being you. Thank you very kindly, Rosemary, as well. Goodbye, Corinne. Goodbye, Helen. Namaste. The light in me truly honors the light in you.